Yo, guys, I'm gonna try to keep this live relatively short, mainly because there's an amazing basketball game that I want to watch, and that's the Dallas Mavericks against the LA Clippers. My goodness, my internet is so slow. Let me mute this really quick. Look, man, Oscar the Lawyer for like the past 30 years in the sport of boxing has been one of the pillars and one of the reasons why this sport of boxing is so good or great because it goes through Oscar the Lawyer. For the past 30 years, he's carried the torch. He's passed the torch and he's received like the burden to carry this sport of boxing, right? He's the only boxer promoter to actually be established and going up there against the brains, the Harvey League, the Ivy League students, as in Bob Arum, right? That worked in the I don't know if it was Jimmy Carter or the Clinton administration. That's who essentially Oscar the Lawyer has to outwit, right? And that's what he's been doing. He made a promise to his mom. Boom, I got the gold medal. It was so refreshing to see him basically stand up and let people know, respect his last name of Golden Boy and Oscar and De La Hoya, the last name of it, right? Because it's on the masthead. So it was really refreshing that he told Canelo what he told him. And I wish he would have chin checked Canelo. And I can't wait till he puts his fingers in Leonard Beat's nostril and just yanks that fucker to the ground. Because these lesser men than Oscar, in the likes of Rolly Romero and Errol Spence, that have accomplished not even half or even 10% of the resume, the accolades, and the accomplishment of domination in and outside of the ring as Oscar does. And it's crazy that there's some people, when Oscar fights back, they're like, no, Oscar, you got to be humble. I'm glad that Oscar is fighting back for, well, I mean, he's a fucking fighter, right? I don't know why he's trying to like placate and always be like a pacifist, I guess you can say. Like, he shouldn't. That guy's like Rolly and Errol Spence slander and defame his character because it hurts the brand. And like I said, these guys are not even 10% as accomplished as what Oscar the Lawyer has accomplished. Yo, hold on, let me try to refresh this page, man, because that stuttering looks nasty. I don't know, man. I'll say this. Since the 90s, when Oscar has been fighting all of the fighters that he does, all of his rivals, as in Shane Mosley, Fernando Vargas, Mayorga, Pernell Whitaker, Shane Mosley 2 or 3 times, Felix Trinidad, to Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, such contrast styles for the past 20, 30 years, Oscar has done that, has competed. Like I said, these guys of lesser stature, even like Canelo, failure, and all of these things, they can't fuck with Oscar on that standpoint in terms of resume and accomplishments. Yeah, you're undisputed, but against whom? Who is Caleb Plant? Who is he? The same guy that struggled with a guy named Caleb Truax, right? Who is Callum Smith? He's a nobody. Who is Billy Joe Saunders? A drug cheat as well, that put nasal spray in his butt to get out of Demetrius Andrade, the lengths of what that gypsy would do to not fight real competition. And when he does, he bitches out after 6 rounds. Anyway, that's who Canelo fought to become undisputed. It ain't no fucking Felix Trinidad. It ain't not even a Fernando Vargas. Anyway, who Oscar beat when he was on the juice. So I'm glad that Oscar is standing up for his name and standing up for himself. And I hope he continues to do so. Like I said, he's been responsible essentially for like the past 30 good years of boxing. It's basically came through him. And here's another theme. Oscar makes his people, even the people that he fought, like Bernard Hopkins, who knocked him out with a liver shot, like Shane Mosley, who beat him twice, and even Miguel Cotto, Oscar makes them a partner for his Golden Boy company. That's awesome. That's respectable. Like, you don't really see that. You don't see Mayweather teaming up with I don't know, Tank Davis, Rage, and Broner and run Mayweather Promotions together. But Oscar did that with B-Hop, Shane Mosley. And when they were co-promoting Alberto Machado, he had it with Miguel Cotto as well. And the Jaime Munguia undercard. Anyway, man, it's really refreshing to see this. And I want to go on Canelo for a bit. It's funny how Canelo has this political campaign, I guess you can say, of uniting Latinos. He's all about uniting Latinos. He doesn't want to fight another Mexican because it brings divisiveness. But one of the persons that he was a partner with for so many years in Oscar De La Hoya, he can't wait to tarnish his name. That's crazy. When Canelo teamed up with Eddie Hearn was blasting his name when he failed the drug test against Triple G. And then he immediately fucking hugs this dude. Like he hugged fucking Kingpin looking ass, white beard Santa Claus and Leonard Ellerby. Like, do you not remember those guys are essentially responsible for trying to ruin your name and beating you? And how you gonna go side with them when Oscar had your fucking back? And then the minute what money did he steal from you? You had to bring your lawyers for what situation? If you got the dirt, spill it. Look, man, not saying Oscar doesn't need the money. Everybody can always have more money, right? But like I said, last I checked, he got you an 11-fight deal worth over $360 million guaranteed, which is basically $30 million per fight with pay-per-view upside. That don't really sound like he's trying to rob you of any of the money. That sounds like he got you a great deal so he can also get a network programming deal because he was willing to put a lot of his own money to start essentially his own boxing channel called Ring TV and have like a boxing like local channel, like Fox Sports and shit. But yet all this hypocrisy and this like contradiction behavior that Canelo wants to unite La Raza and bring people together in terms of his people, he's fucking trying to divide this whole situation with Oscar De La Hoya. What a fucking hypocrite. I'm telling you, I wish Oscar would have chin-checked him with that famous left hook that he has. But nevertheless, man, that was a really good press conference. These last couple of press conferences that Oscar actually engages in, when it's very dim and kind of like it feels like you're going into church, right? Oscar he lights that torch, right? He brings that fucking fire. He did it with Ryan versus Tank, started talking a gang shit, and then he started doing it basically earlier today. It's fantastic. This is what build up fight. See, yes, sure, Oscar has to read off a cue card, right? Because he's not an Ivy League person. He probably didn't even go to college and thinks. I'm not saying that he's illiterate. I'm just saying that, like, when you take putazos, when you're a soldier on the front lines, right? Yeah, you're going to come out a little fucked up, my friend. So it's okay for him to stay on cue. Even these guys that are older, the presidents, they have to read out a teleprompter. Teleprompter, I don't even know. That's a fucking word. You know what I'm saying? But these soldiers, like Oscar De La Hoya, that battle on the front lines, it's refreshing. And that little anger or that little backhanded compliments or just those use of fighting words, they get a reaction out of people. And I like seeing that. So hopefully Oscar continues to do so. And honestly, man, I hope Jaime beats his ass. I was talking to my mom earlier. She gave me a call. We were talking about this situation. And even my mom was like, I wish I could play the recording. I tried to record it on my phone because she was going off on Canelo. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, I've been trying to tell you guys. Speed yesterday was trying to tell me that, oh, man, Canelo's such a proper man. Just wanted to smack myself. But anyway, guys, on that note, I'm trying to watch this basketball game. Maybe we'll talk about some Ryan Garcia. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. Maybe I'll spill the beans. But the way I look at it is like this, man. I'm not really here or going into this business of protecting other fighters, especially fighters that I don't really care too much about. But for the sake of Ryan Garcia, it's pretty convenient how Victor Conte, under VADA testing that's associated with basically his snack products, his brand, would try to ruin the reputation of Ryan Garcia just so that his fighters that are on snack, can remain good and like, oh, these are great sales. This is a great product. These fighters that cheat have to do so to beat our snack athletes, right? It's sure, it's possible that Ryan did cheat. I was telling people, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he failed the drug test, but it would be for marijuana, right? Kind of like how they suspended Keyshawn Davis. I thought they would suspend Ryan because of things of that nature. But nevertheless, man, I just think there's a lot of people that are trying to save front. A lot of people lost when Ryan beat Devin Haney. They had so much money going for Devin, not just the powers that be, like the casinos and the gamblers. And I'm talking about the establishment, the truth that Ryan was speaking and seeking through his, promotional marketing, tirades that he would go on the Instagram live. Nevertheless, man, this could be a smear campaign similar to the way that the casinos lost when Margarito upset Miguel Cotto. They've always tried to ruin the Mexican or Mexican-American fighter and protect essentially the black fighter. They've always done this, right? Look at the ref trying to protect Devin Haney so fucking much, right? Look at Kenny Bayless protecting Mayweather for all of those 30 fucking fights. Yet any other fucking foreign fighter, in this case, Mexicans are foreign as well in terms of America, they've always gotten like the backhand and they're always last at the table. So, of course, everyone's trying to save face for Devin Haney, because even myself, I was going for Devin only in the sense that he's a professional in that sense of like making weight and willing to fight these guys, right? Because in traditional sense of speaking, Ryan goes against the grain. Like, he's making up his own catch weights. He's not really interested in becoming a champion, at least a champion right now. He's trying to circumvent certain things, right? But essentially still making the biggest fights happen. Devin is more or less a clean fighter looking to fight guys like Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. Even if he did get beaten in those fights, he's still willing to do it the proper way of what we think that, okay, you're supposed to be dedicated, a clean athlete. You're not supposed to be partying. You're not supposed to, you're supposed to keep it as a consummate pro that you can possibly, kind of like Floyd Mayweather was doing it. That's what we kind of expect out of these boxers, to live that clean life. Well, Ryan kind of goes against that grain. So when he breaks that code, that tradition, it's fucking unbelievable, because you're like, damn, bro, we thought you were spiraling out of control, but really you just played us like a fiddle and banked $2 million to win an additional $12 million on yourself. Like, that's amazing. But I would say this is definitely a smear campaign to tarnish what Ryan Garcia accomplished. Not only in upsetting Devin Haney, but when you have guys like Donald Trump, and you're sparring in their living room or shadow boxing, and when you're meeting guys like Deion Sanders, all of this that's going on with Ryan, all of this good thing, this good energy that he's putting out, and people are like, yo, yo, yo. Now they're trying to take all that away and strip him of essentially the glory that he's got. The Mexican G goes down. Ryan Garcia tested positive. What a damn shame. Vince Vargas goes, yeah, that's some bullshit. I agree. Look, everything's like proven, you're innocent till you're proven guilty. But in this situation, bro, you're guilty and then you got to prove your innocence. That's just how in the world that we live in, right? And supposedly he failed the drug test for Austrian. You guys can Google what it is. Increase his mass, you know what I mean? It's based essentially a performance enhancer drug. I'll say this. Well, I pretty much already stated what I really wanted to go, man. Give me a second. But yeah, man, that's the way I look at it. I just think it's a smear campaign trying to ruin all the goodness that Ryan has accomplished. I guess, like they did to Margarito when he beat Cotto, because they couldn't believe that a lethargic, come forward Mexican could beat an Olympian, good-looking Miguel Cotto. Margarito did that, right? They didn't catch Margarito cheating when he beat Cotto. They caught him, quote-unquote, cheating with the plaster of Paris, supposedly, in the Shane Mosley fight, in which he still lost and got KO'd. You guys have to understand, the Nevada State Athletic Commission has a person that signs off on the gloves and the hand wraps. They cleared Margarito. So if there was anybody that wanted or was giving Margarito the upside to beat Cotto, it was the commissions themselves. But they will suspend Margarito 2-3 years so him to lose momentum and then fight Cotto again just because they got it wrong. Just like they got it wrong last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago when Ryan fucking beat Devin Haney. That's the fucking reality. Look, guys, sorry. I don't really mean to get upset or really cuss. I don't really like doing things like that. But that's just how I feel when it comes down to, this subject matter. Obviously the test results do come, I don't know, a week or two later, because, they got to do the proper research, and, you know, when they go about testing for certain things and they dilute certain samples, like it takes time. So this is proper timing. But regardless of the case, man, I'm just gonna say that Ryan's in the clear and he's in the clean. I do think that he did cheat with, turning his back. You can even stop the fight because he's not really defending himself. You can say shit like, he missed weight on purpose, like I've stated. Like, again, this is not being professional. But regardless, you should not strip that young man of that glory. That night, just kind of like how Andy Ruiz beat and upset Joshua, you can't take that moment from history. Like Margarito upset Cotto, you can't take it. You can't remove that from history. And I won't let them. Like I'll have any power, and I won't let them. Yeah, man. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to watch this Dallas Clippers matchup right here, man. It's 27-24. It's gonna be a really good game. Maybe, hopefully, Speed and Drew hop on. My internet's kind of glitching and acting a little funky. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep it short. Yo, hasta la vista, baby. Take care. Vince Vargas, thank you for tuning in as always, man. Yeah, I'm really upset about that, bro. I do believe it, but I was hoping that Ryan Garcia would pop dirty for marijuana. He'd get suspended for something like that. But Austrian, I don't know, man. That's pretty interesting. Especially with the whole situation that Oscar was like, man, you cheated Golovkin to Canelo, just like, fuck, maybe Ryan did cheat Devin. Well, who knows? But again, that's some BS, bro. That's some BS. I just feel like the powers that be, the 1%, the Illuminati, whatever it is that you guys are subject to call these people, I think they're trying to smear just that energy and that glory that Ryan essentially bet on himself. Because honestly, he wasn't supposed to win that fight. Not with all that extra marketing, ploy that he did. That cool, like that doesn't happen. You shouldn't be able to do all that and still do what you did. Like he did what Linares couldn't do to Devin, what Lomachenko couldn't do to Devin, right? He has all of us, Ryan, questioning every essence of what we know about the sport of boxing. Like even to the point of turning your back. You're not supposed to do that with that, fucking taco shell defense. Vince Vargas, you broke the news to me. Wow. The Mexican G goes, I hope this ain't true, but I know it is. Yeah, I agree. I will say this, though. There's two things that are going for Ryan. Is people want to believe Ryan, right? Because the powers that be, with the truth that he was trying to speak in terms of saving the children and, all of these things. But it can also backfire on him, as we talked about it in the past. Do you really believe what you're saying? If so, you shouldn't just pawn it off as a marketing scheme or that you were trolling. Stand 10 toes firm on the ground and say, nah, everything that I was saying, I really do believe it. It wasn't a marketing or it wasn't a troll. I really was. All he has to say, I'm talented to do both. Really make a political speech and try to save these children, along with I can still be talented and work hard and beat ass. Yes, I can act for the camera, but I can also fucking fight and put people to the ground. I did things that Lomachenko couldn't do. Am I better than Lomachenko? Guess what? I left no shadow of doubt when I fought Devin Haney. Right? This little Austrian situation does put clout into people and be like, damn, Ryan, you're supposed to be this good Christian. So there are narratives that can be pushed around here to, like a smear campaign, to tarnish that amazing, shocking, confusing buildup of a fight, and Ryan, going against all odds. Look, I apologize. My internet's acting up here, and the screen is like glitching out. So hopefully the voice or the message isn't glitching. But regardless, man, just so much going on. But hopefully, Speed and Drew hop on later on tonight, and we'll go on for a little bit. But yeah, man, enjoy that basketball game if you guys care about it. And on that note, guys, take care. I will see you guys maybe later on today or some other day. But take care, folks.